What is the matter with you? I honestly just don't know how much I can take of this. Wait, what? Megan, what are you talking about? I am talking about you. Ever since I stole your husband, you've been a total downer. Accept that I took him and get over it, Tina. Wait, what? I really have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. What are you talking about? How do you not know what I'm talking about right now? I am talking about the fact that I stole your husband. Aren't you crushed about it? Don't even deny it. I know that you are. I know that you're at my house ringing the doorbell all the time. And I know that you're calling my work, trying to call for my firing as well, and I am just sick of it. Megan, I really have no idea about what you're talking about at all. So what? You're telling me that you told someone else about this and that they're the ones doing all of this? Who is constantly calling the store that I work at and demanding to speak to my boss all the time? Did you know I was called into his office and told I would be fired if this goes on? Why are you doing this to me right now? I am the top salesperson at my store and you're going to ruin everything. Megan, please, you need to calm down. I really have no idea what you're talking about and I'm not doing anything to you. You are seriously such a loser, Tina. Just get over the fact that I've stolen Max from you. It's done and over, and acting like a sore loser is not going to change anything. But I am telling you that I haven't done anything. I'm not doing anything. I don't know why you think this is me, but I promise you that I haven't done any of the things you're accusing me of. If you won't admit it, then fine. But I'm just going to let you know that I am not going to lose to you. I'm not going to quit my job, and I am not giving you Max back. In fact, thanks to you, our love is stronger than ever now, and Max is always saying about how he'll be there to protect me. I bet you've never had a man say the kinds of sweet things that he's been telling me. Oh, really? You guys are that serious about each other, is that right? That's right, and we're not going to let you ruin this for us. Your little tricks aren't going to work. This is your first and final warning. Do you understand me? Don't ever mess with me again.
Hey, come on, Tina. You really need to stop this. I mean, what are you going to do? Come after me once you deal with Megan? I mean, you know that I know you've been calling my work. What's the matter with you?
Max, what in the world are you talking about? First Megan and now you?
Well then, who is doing all of this? If not you, then who? You need to leave us alone and stop bullying us.
You both keep telling me to do that, but I am telling you that I'm not doing anything. If you're really all that bothered by what's going on, then why don't you call the police?
We did call the police and they told us not to waste their time with petty family squabbles. So that's why Megan and I are telling you to knock it off. I don't care how in love with me you are. You need to stop this right now. You and I are never ever getting back together.
Okay, Max, you really have the wrong idea here. For the last time, I am not bullying you, and I certainly don't still like you. Why in the world do you think I would even want to get back together with the man who slept with my sister?
What are you talking about? Of course you still like me. Don't lie. But the thing is, I fell in love with your sister the moment I met her. So while I get that you'd wish things could go back to the way they were, it's just not going to happen. I mean, you basically forced me to marry you in the first place.
I'm not going to let you gaslight me like this, Max. You were the one begging me to get with you. But the fact that you couldn't only betray me with my sister and then lie to me about it is amazing. I really did love you, Max, but the moment that I found out the truth about you and Megan, I lost all respect for you. And now I wouldn't want to get back with you if you were the last man on Earth. You are nothing but trash.
What did you just call me? What's the matter with you?
Nothing is the matter with me, and why would I even bother trying to get a piece of trash like you fired? You really think I'm going to waste my time with a little worm like you?
But you can't talk to me like that. I know that you're the one calling our works. You can't hide it. I know that you're still crazy about me. There's no way that you can forget about the love that we had. Tell me that you love me.
You are seriously crazy. Are you not even reading the messages that I'm sending you?
Tell me that you love me, but it still won't change anything. I'm with your sister and nothing's going to change that. She's the only girl for me now.
I literally don't like you anymore, Max. What about that don't you understand?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk to you like this anymore. You need to get over me and quit stalking us. Stop trying to come in between Megan and I. I'm serious. You better quit messing with us or else. Got it?
I seriously just can't believe you. How many times have we asked you to knock it off? I know that Max had to have a little chat with you as well, but you have to stop this. You are driving us crazy. You mean that you and Max are still being harassed? That's right. It stopped for a while and we thought we'd finally gotten through to you, but apparently not. And you sure did come back with a vengeance, didn't you? I mean, what in the world is with all of these packages that you're sending us? Hold on, you're getting packages as well? Have you even bothered to look at the return address? I'm sure if you looked at those, you would see that I'm not sending you anything. You think I'm going to waste my time looking at those packages for even more than a second? How many of these did you even send out in total? I can't believe that you're all doing this by yourself. Megan, you seriously need to start reading these texts that I'm sending you because I'm not doing any of this. Well, we have proof because you sent us the packages and we'll just trace them back to you. And just what is up with these letters from lawyers? When you divorced Max, you said that you weren't going to be suing us for our affair, so why in the world are you trying to do so now? Hold on a second, you're being sued for an affair? Megan, that really isn't me. I told you guys that I wasn't going to do that and I meant it. Besides, you two told me that you didn't want to waste your money on me. You even told me that you didn't have money to pay me if I did sue you. You guys practically begged me to not go through with it, remember? And so now I guess that you're just getting revenge on us in this way instead? It's so obvious, it's not even funny. You're nothing but a bully and a criminal. Megan, you are being absurd. I can't believe this. You should have quit asking for money and quit going after Max from the very start. But I guess I'm at fault for underestimating just how desperate you are. But fine, if it'll finally get you off our back, then we'll pay you what you want. Megan, you are just talking to yourself at this point. I don't want your money, and I'm not doing any of this. If you really want to know, I moved all of our money into a secret bank account that you didn't know about. So if you really want, I can pay you tens of thousands of dollars. Although you should know that Max doesn't know about this, and he really doesn't have any money. Wait, what? Literally, what is going on? Why are you telling me all of this? What is happening? I really didn't want to have to do this, if I'm being honest. But if it'll get you off our backs, I'll pay you. How does $20,000 sound? I don't want your money, and I don't care about your secret bank account. Why aren't you listening to anything I have to say? Look, I am telling you that I am willing to pay, but you have to promise to leave us alone after this. You have to promise me here and now that you'll stop bullying me. I am sick and tired of putting up with all of your little schemes and threats. It is driving me up the wall, so fine. You win, take my money, and leave us alone. But I've already been paid, although I'll gladly take the money as compensation for how annoying you've been. But I will tell you once again that I haven't done anything. You and Max have just been blaming me for all this. If you think you feel confused about all of this, then how do you think I feel? So go ahead and send that money over. Now, hold on just one second here, Tina. What do you mean that you've already been paid? I thought that Max never paid you at all for our affair. I guess you haven't heard anything from Max yet, have you? It's true that I didn't ask either of you for money when I found out about the affair. And you both really did trick me. I thought that you two were penniless, but then I got a phone call from Max's parents. And they offered to pay me instead as a way of apologizing for their son's behavior. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? They really did that? That's right. I don't know how they found out that I never got any money, but they did reach out to me. And you should know that Max was furious when he found out too, but they paid me $30,000 for the whole affair. Max's parents paid you $30,000? That's what I'm telling you. And Max was there when I went to his parents' place, but his parents told him that they were paying it as a loan to him. And they forced Max to sign a contract agreeing to pay down the fee every month. But you're kidding me. I had no idea about any of this at all. I guess you really haven't told Max about your secret bank account then, because I can't imagine he'd agree if he knew. I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. So you both tricked each other into thinking that the other didn't have any money and now Max is $30,000 down the hole? Good luck explaining this all to him, though. But I I haven't told Max about the account at all. Are you really telling me that he's been paying back his parents this whole time? Wait a second. When he got married, he told me that his job had cut his pay. Is that what that was about? He told me he would be getting about $500 less a month. Ah, so that's how he managed to fool you about this. But that $500 a month is quite the tell, isn't it? But wait a second. If you were already paid by Max's parents for our affair, then there'd be no reason for you to demand more, right? That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time. I got $30,000 and I am very happy with that. But then, I don't get it. What is this all about? Who is sending these demands for money? If it's not you, then who? I told you to open the packages, check the return address, and figure it out yourself. But anyways, now that we've cleared this all up, it sounds like you've got quite a bit to talk about with Max. But feel free to send that $20,000 for all the trouble you've given me over this. Tina, are you there? I did it. I finally managed to figure out who it was sending these invoices demanding that we pay them. It was the wife of my boyfriend. She's the one that's been behind all of this. Sorry, did you just say your boyfriend's wife? What is that supposed to mean exactly? So you're telling me that even though you're married to my ex-husband, that you're cheating on him? Wait, no, hold on. That's not what I mean. You don't understand. It's not a real affair or anything like that. It's just a little fun on the side is all. It's just that ever since Max and I got married, the thrill of our relationship has just really died out. Wait, what? Are you serious? Wow, I don't even know what to say about that. Well, of course, I'm so happy to be with Max and have him as my husband, but I think what pushed us together is that we were doing something wrong. I mean, who doesn't want to fool around with a married man, right? Stealing Max from you was half of the fun of the whole affair. You really are just a trashy woman. Do you realize that? You just jump from married man to married man. But I don't get it. How did it come to this? How could she be suing me for this? Oh, right. Now that you mention it, you said that you'd been getting a bunch of those notices in the mail, right? So you mean to tell me that they were really all from the same person? No, not exactly. There were a few people, if I'm being honest. But somehow all the wives of the men that I was seeing found out. I don't know how, but they all knew that I'm sleeping with their husbands, and now they're all threatening to sue me. I just don't get how you could let things get this far. I mean, you do realize this is all your fault, right? But what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to afford all of these lawsuits? In total, I am being asked to pay $70,000 for all my affairs. Well, it sure is a good thing that you have your secret bank account, right? I'm sure you can pay them all with that. Just don't forget about the $20,000 that you offered me as well. You know that I don't have enough money for any of this at all. I only have $30,000. I can't afford $70,000. Well, it sounds to me like you might need to start selling things and get ready to take out some big loans. Otherwise, I have no idea how you're going to afford any of that. I don't think that these other ladies are going to be as nice about it to you as I was when you slept with Max while we were married.
Tina, are you there? I finally figured out who the guy trying to harass me at work with phone calls is. It's actually someone from my office.
So someone in your office was trying to contact you? Did you find out about what?
Oh, nothing too serious. He was just a bit mad because I've hooked up with his girlfriend a couple of times.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? You slept with the girlfriend of your coworker?
No, it was nothing like that. We just got a little drunk. It really wasn't anything serious. Besides, this guy never even had a girlfriend before. So we were out drinking and he said he wanted to invite her over and she was just really hot. So we kept drinking and the next thing you know, we ended up hooking up after he had passed out.
Wow, just wow. I really don't even know what to say to that at all. But it sounds to me like you deserve whatever is coming to you. But at least you and Megan are a perfect fit for each other.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
I mean that the both of you have been running around sleeping with other people's spouses.
What do you mean the both of us? Are you saying that Megan has been doing something similar?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You both are just horrible people and you deserve each other. Now please just leave me alone. You two have already put me through enough.
But wait, how did you find out about Megan? I don't get it. I had no idea about any of this.
She finally figured out who she was getting all her threatening calls and letters from. And I think you'll find that she had a very similar discovery to you. But you should just be grateful that at least the woman you slept with wasn't married.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me that Megan has been sleeping with married men? Does that mean she's been getting those letters from their wives?
I didn't say anything, but you might want to go and have a little talk with her about her recent revelations. And while I'm here airing out dirty laundry, you might as well ask her about her secret bank account, too.
Secret bank account? What secret bank account? Tina, is this a joke? Please, you have to help me out here.
No, you cheated on me with my sister and married her. But then that wasn't enough and you had to go and cheat on your new wife with the girlfriend of your poor coworker. The two of you blamed me for all of your problems when the real source of them was yourselves all along.
But I had no idea. I had no idea about Megan's affairs or secret bank accounts or anything like that.
And just why do you think that is my problem? Now it sounds to me like the two of you have a lot to talk about. But whatever happens, leave me out of it and never talk to me again. I was, of course, joking about Megan having to pay me $20,000 for all the harassment the two of them had subjected me to, but I had recently had a slurry of negative reviews by different people, but with a similar style came out on my business. I hired a PI to look into them, and they all traced back to accounts registered to Megan. So in the end, I hired a lawyer, and ultimately, Megan was forced to pay up. I made sure not to ask for any more than she offered, but for Megan, that meant that she was being sued for $90,000. After that, I heard that Max's coworker reported what Max had done to his supervisors. He accused Max of getting him drunk to sleep with his girlfriend. While the company wasn't about to fire Max for that, they didn't want to risk their reputation on him and gave him a huge demotion. I also heard from Max's parents that Megan and Max actually tried to sue each other for their affairs. The judge on the case threw it out right away and suggested they get a divorce instead. Both mirrored and cumulatively over $1 million of debt, however, they felt like they had a better chance to pay it down if they stayed together. So the two stayed together as a married couple, both in a kind of Cold War, trying to catch the other cheating or do something the other could sue them for and pay down on their own debts. As for me, I had those nasty negative reviews removed and got on with my life. I felt like I dodged a bullet with all those accusations, even though I knew I was innocent. I haven't heard from either Megan or Max since then, and I think my life is better for it.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Are you okay, Christy? I heard that you just got into an accident. Well, thank you for checking on me, Angelica, but I think I'm doing okay now. I'm certainly not going to die from it. Oh, so you're alive, Christy. But you'd got into a bad car accident, so are you really okay? I heard that what happened looked horrible from the outside. I just happened to really cut my head up, so there was a lot of blood. I'd been going at a green light and a car not paying attention ran right into me. At first I thought it was all my fault, but soon after I knew what had happened. But really, I'm doing just fine now. I may be covered in a lot of cuts and bruises, but there's no broken bones or anything serious. Is that so? So then that means you'll be able to make it to your wedding tomorrow still. Well, I think that having my wedding tomorrow is going to be a little tough for me now. A lot of me is still stiff and sore, and the doctor wants me to stay in the hospital for the night to make sure there are no hidden issues. He's saying to at least stay for a week because there was some internal bleeding around my stomach that he'd like to watch. So that means that tomorrow's wedding is going to be canceled. After all that work you put in, it'd be a huge waste. And because of how beautiful you had everything, I was so looking forward to it. I know, it's really sad, but that's what'll have to happen. And I'm sure that your fiancé is going to be sad as well. I wonder, and just hear me out here, but I wonder if it'd be such a bad thing if someone was to take your place as the bride? Huh? You know for a fact that wouldn't be right. Why the hell would you say that? I was just joking, Well, if you plan to go forward with canceling the wedding, you should get that all taken care of sooner rather than later, right? If you don't mind, I can do all of that for you. That way you can sit back and relax while your body heals. Huh? You want to do it, Angelica? You only just got into that accident, so it's not fair to make you work even harder now. Just leave canceling the wedding and everything that goes along with that to me. I feel happy that you'll do that, but I'm sorry. I'm with Jared right now, so we can both handle it. No, you are injured, and so you have to relax and sleep. And I'm literally asking you to let me do it. I can make it all happen and you won't even have to move a finger. And I have all the time in the world, so this won't be a problem at all. I can work together with Jared even and get all the paperwork filled out for you guys to cancel. Are you sure you want to do all of that? It's my fault after all that the wedding will be canceled. So I feel really bad having someone else go through all that work for me. I don't mind at all. Leave canceling your wedding to me. So now take a nap and let Jared and I get to work. And I don't want you worrying about anything either.
Christy, how are you doing after the crash? I heard about it from Angelica, but she's saying that you want to cancel tomorrow's wedding?
I'm so sorry that I have to do this, Jared. I never thought that I'd get into an accident the day before the wedding. If it doesn't bother you to do it another time, can you work with Angelica to have the wedding canceled and everything?
And before we focus on the wedding, how is your insurance going to cover that? Do you have any idea how much money you'll get for the crash and for having to be in hospital?
Huh?
Not only did you happen to be the victim, but you also ended up with lots of cuts and bruising from the crash, right? And now you can't even have the wedding we planned on. You have to make sure that the man who did this to you has his insurance cover you and everything. If you can make that happen, you should ask for at least $50,000 in a settlement.
What are you talking about, Jared? I'm very upset about having to cancel the wedding, but you're talking about all the legal stuff right now? I didn't even get that badly injured, so the money I'd get wouldn't be much.
Huh? You sure? So you're not at least going to be getting like $25,000 for that accident?
I'll probably get enough to cover the car and the medical side of things. And since I'll have to be off work a bit, I suppose I'll get some money for the missed days. But please, don't think that I'm going to make out with a lot of money after this.
What the heck, Christy? There's no way you're only going to get that much after being the victim in a car crash. Especially when you got hurt worse than he did.
What? Your fiancé just got into a car crash and you're going to talk to me like that? You shouldn't just be coming to me to ask about the money involved in all of this anyway, Jared.
Oh, shut up. If you want me to be more worried about you, then maybe you need to break a couple of bones. Then we might actually be able to get a lot of money. But getting into that crash to only come out bruised and cut is such a waste. Now we can't get crap from that guy.
Excuse me?
Ugh, I never thought that after all that you'd only come out with pocket change. At this point, you're making it sound like you don't even care about money. You were sure right about this affecting our wedding.
You're talking to your fiancé like I'm supposed to be your money maker? If he had been going a bit faster, I might be dead right now, Jared.
Well, if he was going a lot faster, then my bank account would be loaded with money. Well, good luck with that lackluster recovery of yours. I'll have that wedding of ours canceled, and if I'm still feeling up to it, I might come see you there.
Christy, I have something to tell you about the wedding tomorrow. We're not going to be canceling it. Instead, the wedding will go to me now. We even made sure to call the chapel and told them I'd be the new bride now. Huh? What do you mean the wedding is now yours? I changed your information out for mine, and now I'll be the one marrying Jared. I was not just going to let the chance of chances slip between my fingers. It's like a dream right now for me. Huh? Why are you going to be the one marrying Jared? He's my fiancé after all. I'm sorry about that, Christy. But for a long time now, he and I have been secretly dating behind your back. He and I are like two halves of a heart. What? But since I was second in line for him to you, he said he couldn't just cancel the wedding with you. I was planning on giving up. But to think I'd be so lucky that my older sister would get into a car accident and leave the wedding for me to take. And this was all Jared's idea in the first place. He said he'd throw you away and marry me instead. Huh? Wait. I can't even comprehend what I'm reading here. So, in other words, you're saying just that? You both have been dating behind my back for a long time now? That means you've been cheating on me. I haven't been the one cheating because I really do love him. And now he's saying that he'll throw me away and marry you instead? You're kidding me, right? What the hell is this? Why am I only just hearing of this now? Well, come on, Christy. I've been wanting to get married for a while now. I had been looking for some kind of model to marry, but none even exist around here. So then I dropped my expectations to a good-looking man with money. And then I thought I could just become a housewife at that point. You want to become a housewife? For a while, I've been working a part-time job and trying to get modeling gigs of my own. So there's no way I can actually keep working after getting married, right? So when I think of that, I decided I had no choice but to find me a man that'll let me quit working and take care of me. And so why does that mean you have to take my fiancé? If you really want to get married, then find one of the thousands of other men that live around here to marry. But having to date a whole bunch of men is a pain in the butt for me. Huh? I just wanted to get married fast. I've been thinking that maybe I'd spend a little time while with them and then marry while I'm still young and cute. When I was thinking that, I ran into Jared and we started to go out. When you and him had been dating for a bit and he finally came over to Mom and Dad's house to say that he'd marry you, that's when he and I started to date. My head was going crazy that day. You are lying, right, Angelica? You've been after him ever since then? He has the kind of face that I'm into, and he works for a huge company. So he really did turn out to be the man I was always looking for. I guess you could call him my destiny now that we're going to get married tomorrow. There's no way you could use such a sorry excuse to cheat with your sister's boyfriend all that time. Sorry excuse, huh? What do you mean by that? My whole life as a secondhand model was having to be with old creepy guys asking to take lewd pictures of me, and most weren't even good looking. So because of that, I wanted a proper man that looked good enough to be lewd for. And it's even better when that man can take care of me so that I don't have to work anymore. And after so long of dreaming about that, the chance came. Even if he's not a sexy model, he's working for a really nice company. And so that's why you think it's fine to take your older sister's fiancé and marry him? I can't even believe that you'd have him cheat on me. But now you're saying that you really wanted to marry him that whole time? No matter what you try and say, Christy, Jared has already chosen me to be his wife. And at this point, the chapel has now been taken by us for the wedding. And I'll be the bride tomorrow. So now just be quiet and lay there in that hospital bed while you recover. I see. Well, I'm happy for you both. Oh, don't get so upset by this. I know that you won't be able to marry him now, but he's still going to become your brother-in-law. So now you can call him brother and everything, you know? I'm not upset about this at all, actually. Really, if anything, I'm thankful that you came. You finally took the man that's been ridden with debt right out of my hands, so thank you. I'll make sure to think about the two of you while you get married tomorrow. Huh? Ridden with debt? He is? He was able to pay off a small chunk of it, but he's still left with another $60,000 to go, I think. It may be a while before you both can pay that all off, but at least you can be happy alongside him. Now, instead of it having to be me, you can be the one to care for his every need and support him financially. Wait a minute. What do you mean by ridden with debt? And when you say he still has $60,000, you don't mean that that's the amount still needing to be paid off, right? Well, to be honest, I only learned about all of this after we had decided to get married. Not even till after he had met our parents and I had met his. And not even until after we had made reservations for the chapel and everything. Once that was all over with, he had told me the truth. He told me right to my face that in the past he had trouble with money, and so he took out a lot of loans and then began to borrow more money to pay off those loans. It turned into a huge cycle and eventually landed him where he is now. What? So after all of that, he decided to tell you about it? If it were any normal girl that he had told that to, they would have left him in a heartbeat. But in my case, we had already reserved that wedding chapel, and I had already told my parents and all my friends about the wedding. And by that point, I couldn't see myself breaking things off with him and running. In my head, I accidentally thought that without me, he'd never make it in this world. And that was my reason for really staying by his side through everything since that day. But because you came into the picture, my eyes have really opened. I finally saw that I had no need for a pile of garbage like him in my life and don't have to support him. But Jared is working for a huge company right now, right? So how come he's not able to pay off his debt with the salary he gets? If he were just going to take things a bit more seriously, he could pay all that debt off in a couple of months, right? Well, when it comes to Jared, he's awful with the money he makes. Whenever I'd ask that he save up a bit of money to start making payments, he'd go out and buy himself a high-end brand bag. Then he'd follow up by saying that because he works so hard at his job, he's allowed to splurge a little on the things he likes. But then he'd just go out and borrow more money and buy something that he doesn't need. What? And because of that, he has really put himself into a hole. He may have been able to pay off some stuff, but he always ends up borrowing more and goes right back to square one. Why is he such an idiot? Why would he do all of that if he needs to be saving money? Right? He really is such a dunce. But because of that, he and you will make such a great couple together. A man that's willing to hide his debt until he's about to get married, and a little sister that thought it was okay to steal her sister's fiancé and wedding. What? So go ahead and have a wonderful time with Jared for me. I'm looking forward to hearing how that wedding goes tomorrow.
What the hell were you thinking? Hey, why the hell would you expose the fact that I'm in debt to her? Now Angelica's all over me with a crap ton of messages. She said she wants us to rethink our whole marriage. Why does a man like me with an excellent job have to be broken down by you?
Well, whether it was today or a week from now, she was going to find out, Jared. And on top of that, you really did a good job cheating on me with my little sister. I'll make sure that you pay me for breaking apart our plans for marriage.
What? You know that I'm neck deep in debts. There's no way you can say that to me. Do you think that I'll just borrow even more money to pay you for doing nothing wrong?
Well, I don't care if you have to borrow more or not. I just want you to take responsibility for everything you did to me.
Responsibility for what? I get that I happened to cheat on you for a little bit, but she was all over me like an angry wasp. So it's not fair to blame me for having a little fun.
Shut the hell up, you disgusting man. I bet the whole reason you chose to marry her in the end is because you couldn't get the insurance money you wanted after my accident, right? You weren't able to get a dime from me, and since I was canceling the wedding, you couldn't have me in your way anymore, right?
Well, that's,
But now that you've thrown me away, you can get married to my cute little sister. The woman that works a minimum wage part-time job and is trying to make it big as a model. Good luck making her your housewife after the wedding.
Huh? Wait a minute, Christy. What do you mean she's trying to make it big as a model? She told me that she's working as a top-tier model right now for high-end fashion brands.
Really?
I know that she's a model for a lot of things, but she told me that she's going to be making it big here soon in the modeling world. She even said that she'll be getting parts in some commercials for different high-end goods. She said that in no time she'll be making the big money from it all.
What is she talking about? I've never heard her say a thing about that. She's told me that all of those things are still a distant dream for her. And so while she works towards that, she goes and finds low-paying gigs with old men to have lewd pictures taken of her. I'd say last month she made somewhere between $500 and $600.
What?
So you're telling me that Christy told you all of those lies?
She did. That's everything she told me back then. And that's the whole reason that I decided to change to marrying her. Having her as my wife would make it 10 times easier to pay off all my debt since she had become loaded from all those modeling gigs. I'd also get myself a cute wife and never have to worry about buying anything I want ever again.
That girl really kept a lot of things hidden from you then, huh? But of course, you did the same thing to her.
Ah, crap. I can't believe she tricked me like that. This should have never happened to me. There's no merit in marrying some low-level model that does low-paying photo shoots for creepy old dudes. Why do I have to get married to a girl like that now?
And in any case, she saw little merit in marrying a man drowning in debt and spending all his money on things he doesn't need. So to me, this just sounds like both of you are being huge hypocrites about one another.
Huh?
Well, anyway, the two of you should start talking about what you'll do next now. And now I think I'm going to stop talking to you. My body feels like a brick and I need some sleep. And once things have calmed down for me, I'll be asking for that settlement from you. Christy, help me. I was lied to by Jared. What are you going on about? You just had your wedding and everything. So this means you guys went through with it, right? Why would you need any help from me when you should be oh so happy to marry the man of your dreams? But it's about Jared. He's the one that lied to me and made me marry him. Really? What do you mean by that one, Angelica? Well, when I went to him about the debt he has to question him, he told me that he had just about paid it all off. He told me that you must have been confused about how much he owed and all that. He then repeated to me again that he had most of it paid off and that I could calm down. Really? And so that's why today I decided I'd be okay marrying him after all. I thought that if he was pretty much debt-free, then I could become his housewife with no problems. I really thought that with him working for the two of us, I could rest a while and take things more easily at home. But then the moment we got married and handed our paperwork in, he told me that everything about him having the debt paid off was a lie. He said that he hasn't put a single penny in for the last few months and that him and I could start paying it off together. Wow, I wonder why the man that was a piece of crap would end up still being a piece of crap. I can't believe he lied to you again to get you to marry him. This is really messed up of him, right? But then when I started to get upset with him, he told me I had no reason to since I had already lied to him. I had only changed a few things when I told him about myself, though. He told me that you told him that this was my fault. Well, I never said this was all your fault. But what he said is true about you lying to him. But then why the hell did I ever end up dating him in the first place? Why did I even think that stealing him in your wedding would be a good idea? You may think that this is my fault, but all I wanted was to become a simple housewife. But now he's telling me to start working again tomorrow to keep bringing in money. Really? He wants you to start working even more? He wants me working at some place starting at night. At night? He said he has a friend he talked to that would let me start working for him and to begin getting ready for that job. He told me that if I have experience being lewd as a model, I shouldn't mind becoming a stripper. And the money I make will all go towards paying off his debt. And then he finished by saying that that's my job as his wife. That's so crazy of him that I can't even laugh at how messed up it all is. I wonder what his idea of a wife has been this whole time. Christy, I'm going to divorce him now. I'll even give Jared right back to you. So please, help me get everything ready to divorce him so I don't have to become a stripper. I don't think that's going to be possible, Angelica. I don't want a waste of money like that with me. But he was your fiancé, right? You have to still have some feelings for him, right? I'm sure there are still some things you like about Jared, right? Not a single thing about him pleases me. Actually, being able to leave him was a godsend. I can tell that God himself is saying that him being out of my life was the right choice. He wouldn't have had me get hit by luck, literally, for nothing. What do you mean getting hit by literal luck? Well, the man that ended up hitting me at the intersection happened to be in a huge company with lots of money. And so, for hitting me and causing all the trouble, he gave me $100,000 to let things be. What? $100,000? You were able to get all that money from him, even when you didn't get hurt that badly? Also, the doctor I was with happened to be an old crush of mine from middle school. Man, I must have been destined to be hit yesterday. Being this close to him all the time now has really made my blood pressure rise, which isn't all that good while I'm trying to recover from an accident. What? What is up with that? It's like something out of a movie. I think that Jared was like some sort of thorn in my side for the longest time. But now that you have him, I wish you good luck being together. I'm sure that if you can pay off all his debt, you'll one day be able to become the housewife you've dreamed of becoming. But for the time being, enjoy showing random men your breasts. Right after that, just to keep myself out of their drama, I went and blocked the two of them on everything. From the rumors I've heard since then, those two ended up having a wedding where most of the people they invited never even showed up. But one of the people that did show up was one of the old men that was a fan of all her lewd photos. And he started posting online that she was supposed to marry him, yet she stabbed him in the back and married another man. And right now, a whole ordeal is happening online over that. But right now, that once lewd model is now working 3 different jobs, and 2 of those are entertaining at strip clubs in town. Also, with Jared, he's begun working a part-time the moment he gets out of his full-time job, all so that those 2 can pay off his debt really soon.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.